Before I talk about linear inequalities, I want to set up the notation for linear inequalities. So let's take a look at number 22 on our worksheet. B and C are sets of real numbers. B is a set of real numbers, Z such that Z greater than 4. And C is a set of numbers Z such that Z is greater or equal to 6. So if they ask you to find a union and the intersection using interval notation, I think we should always graph first. So on the number line, let's say this is 4 and this is 6. So for B, and I always use different colors. So for B, Z greater than 4, which is everything to the right of 4. And notice that I keep 4 open. It's an open circle because we have strictly greater than 4. For C, is everything greater than 6, which is to the right of 6. However, for 6, we have the equal sign, so we're going to include number 6 as well. Okay, so let's go back and look for the union and the intersection. For the union, anywhere you see colors, that would be the union. So starting at 4, you see color. So notice that I have parenthesis, I have open parenthesis because 4 is not included. For 6, we have the B intersects C, which is the intersections of B and C. So you see for intersections, you have to see where both colors intersect, which is right here. Right here. Therefore, for the intersections, we start at 6, we go to infinity. And then you see we have the bracket for 6 because 6 is included. Okay, let's take a look at number 24. Number 24 is straightforward, which is solving the inequalities. So for U, 7u minus 33 greater than negative 3 minus 5u. When solving inequality, you use all the same rules as equation. Okay, so first I need to get rid of the parenthesis. So I have negative 9 plus 15u. And I'm going to subtract 15u, subtract 15u. So what we have is negative 8u minus 33 greater than negative 9. I add 33 on both sides. So we ended up with negative 8u greater than 24. Now, this is the this is the different things about inequality and equations. So when you divide by a negative or you multiply by a negative number, you have to change the sign. So we have u less than negative 3 instead of greater. Okay, so that's going to be the final answer. And if you want to write this as an interval notation, like I said, you can always graph. That's a negative 3, less than means to the left here. So what I have is from negative infinity to negative 3, parenthesis. Notice that we always read from left to right. That's why when you graph, it's better. Okay. Now let's talk about compound inequalities. So compound inequality meaning you have two or more inequalities at once. Number 26. We have to solve it. So I have 2w minus 6 greater or equals to negative 10 and 4w minus 4 greater or equal to negative 28. All right, so we just solve it, right? 2w, and I'm gonna add 6 here. I ended up with negative 4w, and then we divide by 4. So I ended up, we divide by 2. I ended up with w greater or equal to negative 2. For this one, same thing. You add 4. So negative 26. Divide by 4. So w greater or equal to let me fix this. So negative 28 plus 4 is negative 24. And then we have negative 6. Okay, so now we have n, right? So let's just graph first. So I have negative 6 first, and then I have negative 2 here. Okay, so notice that we have w greater than greater or equal to negative 2. So it's going to be to the right. Okay. And then for w greater or equal to negative 6, still to the right. Okay. However, as you can see, we are looking for n. So you need to take this portion. So the final answer is going to be, make sure we include it. The final answer is going to be negative 2, bracket to infinity. Okay. Now, I just want to point out one thing. So let's say if I have, this is for n. Okay. If I change the inequality a little bit, the compound inequality a little bit, and instead of asking for n, I'm asking for or. Okay, so if I'm asking you for or, then your answer is completely different. Now we have to go from negative 6 to infinity, because for or, we start right here, where you see colors. Okay, for n, you have to see where both colors intersects. So that's a big difference between n and or.